Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope y'all are doing well. Today, we're here to talk about the SHF Figuarts Green Goblin. Now, yes, this did go up yesterday, but because of how rapid and random this all was, I do still think that there's a good bit of things to talk about now that we have additional details about it, right? As well as the fact that it's already up for pre-order, which is insane considering it's only had one prior reveal. Granted, a lot of people obviously are hyped for that, but I think that they should have kind of waited a little bit. They seem like they're trying to squeeze a lot in this year, all right? And I kind of hope that at this point they're going to take a chill pill for the next month or three, maybe more, but we'll see. So there were a few things I wanted to talk about overall when it comes to this figure. So things I kind of wish that they would have did different, and we'll talk a little bit about accessories, price, and all that good stuff. So first off, let's just get it out the way now. This face that you're seeing could change like entirely. If you recall, Andrew's likeness was removed. We never even got to see what it looked like in hand. We only got to see those photos pre-production maybe, where they kind of give you like it's a stage shot, right? Like it's not the final product or anything. It's what they intend for it to look like, but it's not what it will look like at the end. And we never got to see what it looked like in hand. And obviously there were a lot of people already criticizing that picture we got, and we're like, it does not really look the best, doesn't look like Andrew a little bit, etc., etc., etc. And eventually that just got canceled. They stripped it, and now you're just getting the figure, no mask accessory, no Andrew head, and you were supposed to get two of those. So I mean, the price ended up getting knocked down for people, and yeah, that's what happened. And the other caveat here is if you think about Toby, right? He did get his faces, but in the end, there's definitely a lot of improvements that could have been made for those faces, as they do have some of Toby's likeness there, but they don't have all of the same details you would hope for. There's a lot of things about it that definitely, again, could have been improved. So when I'm looking at this Willem Dafoe likeness here, it looks great, right? For the staged photo that it is. We have not seen this face sculpt in person, and it says it's under review. I'm not sure if it says that in these pictures. It might have to be translated in one of these, yeah. But it definitely said somewhere that, it's still under review. It could change. And you've got to keep that in mind. It can change, or it can just totally be crossed off entirely. So those of you that already are pre-ordering, just keep that in mind if that does happen in the future. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to get out the way first, because that's important when it comes to at least this specific stuff lately, since most of the Spider-Man stuff kind of took a hit, and that's kind of why I think a lot of it got delayed. Toby was the first to release still. Tom is releasing in May, which is in another week, so somewhere in May he'll release. And that's also another thing. His faces also ended up going back, and they tried to change it just a little bit, but it's still the same base as the prior Tom Holland heads that they were using, so it's not too crazy. And you'll see a picture of that at the bottom here that we'll talk about. But yeah, let's just move down. So we got our stage photo here. It looks really cool and whatnot. But the important thing that I want to talk about first is the choice of this hood. Now, we recently got Black Adam. That's releasing, I think, in the next 2 days here. You can also go check out Isaac Wong Toys. He's got a lot of photos up already of those figures that are coming out on the 29th. And you can very clearly see that Black Adam has a fabric cape as well as a fabric hoodie, or hood, I guess you could say. And I'm kind of confused on why they chose to do what appears to be hard plastic here, as it may fit the aesthetic with the colors, but for practical purposes, I feel like, fabric cape would have just been better overall here. Personally, but it's just a weird choice given the fact that they're taking a good step, I think, with fabric capes lately, or fabric clothing at all. Guts and Griffith from Berserk, they look really great, and those are anime based characters, right, that have really cool design overall, and they come with fabric capes and look still really good. And the fact that even Black Adam looks pretty good, given everybody's opinion on Black Adam is different, but the figure itself looks pretty good. And yeah, it's interesting choice, right? It's definitely going to make me think about it later on. Like, is it worth, going to get a fabric cape as a custom piece? Because it'll all depend on how these colors really look together when I get the figure in hand or see it in hand in the next few months. But that's just kind of my thought process. How do you guys feel about that? The next thing, and we'll kind of swap over tabs here, is this face that they chose. I don't really mind this one. I would have liked a grin, smirk, or something. I know exactly where this is from. This is from when he's initially flying over, and Tom, I think, jumps on his glider, and he's like, "Oh, you're on there," and he's about to use one of the pumpkin bombs, and Tom basically crashes the glider, and that's what that scene's from. That's where I believe this is from. Just in my head, that's where it immediately pops up. This is from what I feel like the end of the movie, when he initially gets cured and is like, "What have I done?" Because this is more of an innocent stare from Norman Osborn rather than the Green Goblin, I feel. Now, that's cool and all. I get that they're maybe trying to go for that, the Green Goblin and the Norman Osborn, so you can kind of have those two to swap between, but it's the Green Goblin. If you're going to do that, at least give us, one of these creepy expressions for the Green Goblin. Willem Dafoe is really great when it comes to making like evil faces with his characters or crazy expressions, and they just didn't do that here yet. Again, that face can change, but just seeing as of what they're starting with, it doesn't seem like that's the way that they wanted to go. And I would have liked to have this, that, there's just a lot of options, and they just decided not to use any of them, which is weird to me, given the fact that he is one of Spider-Man's greatest villains, and he just always has that crazy smiling expression, or even smirk, grins, whatever, and they opted not to do it. So that's another thing that for me personally is like annoying. I would have preferred that. So you let me know, is that something that kind of deters you from also being invested in that, or does it not bother you, or would you even prefer to have a broken goblin mask maybe, or a full goblin mask? Because I know a lot of people have been talking about where's that accessory at, and granted, he didn't wear it in the movie when he was in this type of getup, you know what I mean? At that point he didn't have it because he broke it. There's definitely been fan art and stuff where he does look pretty cool with the mask in this getup, and I mean, I don't know if they would have been able to do that officially, but it would have been cool to just throw it in there, just in my personal opinion. But next, the glider. Now, what I was initially skeptical of when they showed this was, is the glider just going to be stagnant? You can't move it, nothing like that. And actually you can. So there's two things. So I believe that these side pieces are on like a hinge. Yeah, you can move it up and move it back down. I'm not sure how well from side to side they go. Let me see if I can find a picture. Yeah, I'm not sure if you could do something like this, right, with that figure. That's something that remains to be seen. We'll have to figure that out when we see more pictures, how well the articulation is even on the figure, considering this belt piece might be loose to where you can move it as well, but if it's not, it's definitely going to get in the way of that leg articulation. But also, you can kind of tell right here, and you'll kind of see it in another promo photo we'll go over, that it is on a little swivel right here, I believe, so you can move these left and right, which is good for more articulation. So you should be realistically able to get him in some unique positions with the glider. But again, that's really all going to depend on his overall articulation as a figure rather than the glider there, I feel, for what it's already being offered. And then lastly, as I mentioned, here's the Tom face. And I mean, it's nothing too crazy. They didn't really do anything too different than what they already have for a lot of their Tom Holland faces, from the few figures that they do have it on. Would have liked to see some, messy hair, more scratches or bruising painted on him, but that's where we're going to hope for third parties to kind of step in, I guess, because they decided to reuse stuff instead of making a whole new sculpt, which I can understand. Saves time, saves productivity. But yeah, that's pretty much it so far out of these images. And yeah, this is what I was saying. Things will differ slightly from the actual product. So everything you see here, you know, for the most part, this glider, I mean, should be as articulated as it's being described here. This stuff, at least on him, I would like to see changed, you know, into fabric if they could, but it might be too late for that. This face, though, is definitely going to be something that we see maybe shift big time. So that's that. Now let's hop into the next part of this. I know this video is dragging on a little long, but I think it's important to talk about. So these are the other accessories that weren't shown in those pictures. You're going to see him with, I believe, 2 different left-hand accessories. So he's got the full extended knife here, and then he's got the retracted version. And these are able to come off, from my understanding. As you see here, he doesn't even have it on at all, so it's optional if you want to keep that there or not. He also comes with a pumpkin bomb, as you see here, and that's pretty much everything. Nothing else that he really will come with as far as it's being shown, right? I don't think there's any secret items that they're hiding from us. If there is, then I don't think that's been explicitly said, but he seems like this is the full package you're getting for 16,500 yen. Crazy statement to make right there for a figure, but yeah, he's about let's look on Hobby Genki because I have it up. Did they not show the price? Oh, 133. I was blind for a second. I'm not gonna buy that. I just wanted to see where the price was, and I was missing it. It's 133 before shipping and taxes. Now this is gonna end up being at least like 159 or something because of shipping. Shipping from Japan is a little bit higher right now, so it really is up to you what you want to do. You can wait for places like Big Bad Toy Store to put it up, or Entertainment Earth, Amazon, etc., because the shipping is going to kind of bring the price up a little bit closer to the US prices anyway. I mean, unless you're doing it through a parcel, which is going to save you money, but you're going to be waiting like 1 to 5 months for that product. I mean, that's fine for most people who can wait. But yeah, the price definitely for the US side is going to be closer to probably Carnage, I feel. Where's Carnage? Yeah, 134, maybe like 140, 150 maybe. If not, then it's going to be somewhere similar maybe to where's this character at? Griffith, where are you at? Hopefully not this high, but I could imagine him being there, especially seeing as he's the final battle edition basically of the Green Goblin. I wouldn't be surprised if he's this high on US retailers as well. But there's just something to think about. And yeah, that's pretty much it. He has a release date of October, assuming we get no delays. If things change with that face, they probably will delay it. But hopefully, you know, things go smoothly. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys let me know, are you interested in the figure? Will you be pre-ordering, or will you be holding off and waiting for more product photos and hand photos and such to kind of make your mind up? Do keep in mind he is general release in the US, and as far as I understand, he is exclusive in Japan, similar to Toby, Tom, and the Andrew figures. So with that, I'm gonna end the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this was, you know, informational for you guys. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. It's been a lot of news coming out. Hopefully we get a little bit of a chill pill here. So catch you guys later. Peace.